Okay, what's up, everybody? Today, closer certification. We're going to be going through. We have two ads running, and I think I already have the answer to it. So, I use ChatGPT for a lot of data aggregation. And before we get to replying to some of these ads, I'm going to show you what I do. This is 100% transparent, building an online course, digital product, and this is to really help people. So you guys get to see both sides of it. The Discord, you get to see my advertising side of it. You get to see me talking to prospects and trying to help them out. There's not a lot of secrets here. So I was split testing two ads. I'm gonna show you guys the screenshots. One was related to me moving to New York City. And the other one is these are side-by-side ads I'm going to show you, almost identical copy. And so far, we're actually getting a lot better results with one of the other ones. Now, we don't know where that ends up later in the funnel or like mid to low funnel. But in terms of the top one, I'm going to show you the two, and we're going to go through the results really quick. Here's the first one. Trapped in the rat race, New York City. It's me sharing an experience of thinking about moving to New York City, which is true. I'm from the Midwest. Here's the other one. Whoops. And I personally don't like using negative, but I need a scroll stopping hook. So we're going to test that against who I am is more positive, but broke is a temporary state of having no money, and it's the opposite of what a lot of my prospects are looking for. So I could say need more money. That's not as strong though. Like if you have to paint that picture and how it's their fault and how they can change that. So sometimes that can help. It would be like saying, "Do you feel fat?" That that would grab my attention, right? So like in the fitness industry, that's a really another popular online course. So is sales mentorship and training for high ticket remote closing, one of the big ones that's exploding right now. And so we're gonna go through the ad stats until we're gonna let TikTok or IG. Well, I can't even talk. If you're under 25 and broke, we're gonna let ChatGPT kind of tell me what to do. So let's see here. We gotta go to the ads. Okay. So this is day 2, and this is just because we're looking for, right now we're looking at generate conversations, and I'm really liking the conversations that I'm seeing. We're gonna go through each ad and break them out for you guys so you can see it. And then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, and then we're going to reply to some prospects. So I'm going to I need this one. Okay. I use a lot of voice dictation, guys. It's a lot quicker. All right, here we go. Can you summarize this ad's performance? It's currently outperforming my other ad 3 times to 1 in terms of the cost per messaging ad. And let me know if you think I should pause the other ad if this is outperforming it by 2 to 3 times. All right, let's see what it says. Yes, that's a very good recommendation. So what this is saying, and I can pull the screenshots in, this is what it looks like. Here's my ad, 1,000 views. I'm getting 6 conversations, $2 an ad. Now, I do my buddy's fitness company, or not fitness, he does nightlife down here. We're getting it for $1, and this is a very, very, very good price. That means that we're getting, that's a lot of conversations to get, and that means I have a lot of people to reply to. So it means that my messaging, scripting, the way that I talked about it is much better, right? We're targeting men under the age of 25. We got rid of that on the other one. So it's better targeting as well. Now, so the decision today, I put this in a Google. This is the 7-day funnel. And I can put, these are some of the keywords we were looking at yesterday. So what people want is actually money, not sales. They want a pathway to do it. So we have that. And then let me show you guys the other ad and we can compare them side by side. And I think you'll see why. New York City was at the top of my. Let's check this. All right. All right, let's check this one out. And this is because we're getting better at it, but it says if it's consistently doing it, and it definitely is. So we'll say, we want to summarize this ad. This is exactly right. Test Texas, college towns. That's exactly right. And so if that's what it's saying, we put that in our ad. We put that in our ad copy. Now I've been looking for I could just take this ad budget, move it over here and open up the other state, you know? And so would you recommend that I make a new ad or just open up the state of Texas as well? It'll probably say to make a new ad. Okay. And if I wanted to test different copy too, would you recommend that? I could do both in Texas. And what we could do is take the dollars. I like that one, but I don't think that really, that gets me to laugh. So the question is, I'll show you guys the other one too. It summarized it, but here's the other one. This is Trapped in the Rat Race. $7 a conversion. I had about 30 bucks spent on that. Shows who it was, men 18 to 24. What we found is that guys in the upper age were kind of smart asses and replying to stuff like that. That was up in New York City. Now I could do the state, but I think the copy's a little better. So what we'll do is pause the we will pause this ad right here. Let's see here. This is the one where we were at. You see here? This has more messages for a third of the spend. And so we can pause this. And then what I can do is, because sometimes I'm testing different things, that's paused. This one might be, I might edit and add in Texas as well. And boost the budget a little bit because we paused that other ad. Right now, we call this Florida under 25 remote hustle. And I can modify that. Let's see here. Maybe I can't. Well, at least we can push the budget a little bit. And then the other thing that we're testing out is we have a Discord. And gosh, I'm pretty impressed with that price per conversion. That's really, really good. That's a surprise. It hasn't even been running for more than so it doesn't look like we can do much there. So we're gonna up the spend because it's doing well. You see that $20 now? We paused this ads right here. So that was a good little investment. And this is what I'm saying, guys. This is 30, 40 bucks. 11 people are talking with us. And today I don't have to make a new ad. I can spend a little bit on my copy. So now in my bio, I'll show you guys this. So we'll probably focus on mid-funnel today. And let's see here. What we're working on is pushing people to a result. It's called a branch tree sequence. And here it is. I'm working on this for a branch tree sequence. This is what my profile looks like. A lot of the leads that come in answer a question, and then I'm looking to qualify them lightly and ask them some questions about their motivation and what they're looking to do. And then see if the Discord or now everybody should be joining the Discord, obviously, because there's a lot of resources in there. But if they should book a call as well. So how would you recommend that branch sequence or engineering that for these guys? And I can give you 5 or 10 test ads that we can test it out on. It might be called a decision tree, but it's called a branching sequence. You make a result, you branch. Make a result, branch. Do you think we could start with what we recommend? Or what should we ask questions and then follow up with what we recommend? You want to limit the number of engagements that you have. I would say that like, yeah, but I've been backed against the wall. So I think like I could be like, yo, just like we got two main pathways. We got a Discord. I recommend everybody to join. That's going to be the place where you can like network with others. I always had mindset issues. Like I wasn't around other people that wanted to be big closers and wanted to grow. And I think that's a really good resource. I give a lot of tips and tricks every day and I answer. I'm super responsive there. If you're super serious about changing your income this year and you have a few thousand set aside, I would recommend booking a discovery call. There's no cost. It talks about one-on-one mentorship, certification, sales training. It's like an alternate to a college degree that could cost $100,000, but this is just for, getting into the space really quickly, and you'll be able to work with me more one-on-one and back and forth. What do you think's a better fit for you? That's kind of like the branch sequence that I'm looking for, but I'd like to put it in as short as possible and just try to get them chatting. Like, can you tell me a little which one you connect with a little bit more? Are you just getting started and interested, or that like would you benefit from a community, or do you think one-on-one's what you need? You're at the place where you want to scale. I would say those are the two things. I think it is a little pushy to do it up front, but I think it depends how you do it. If you're just getting started, want to be around other hungry closers, recommend joining the Discord. I drop tips daily and active in there, you know. And then it says, if you're serious about changing your income, at least a few thousand set aside, recommend booking a discovery call. We'll talk one-on-one on mentorship certification, how to get into high ticket fast. Which sounds more like you, community or mentorship? I think that's pretty good. And I wish someone had done that. It's a branch sequence and it gets it done in one, and it's also identifying the real pain point, right? I'm in the Discord. I would say like me and other people can. So we're gonna test the reply copy. And so we're gonna go one by one to the DMs now and reply to these. All right. So this is gonna be the first one that we reply to. I'm really proud of this ad, man. It's doing great. All right. So this is what happens. Something like this comes in. They reply a little bit of both. Because one of the opening questions is it's I don't know if it's in here, but it's like, let's see if we have it. There, you got the Florida. But it's basically like, yeah, let's reply with this. So it's basically like, hey, are you just looking to make money or like side hustle or like replace your income? Replace is, this is the first guy. Do you remember our auto message? You see some leads. This isn't a guy that we replied to, but no, it was like when they click the ad. Do you want to replace your income or earn side money? Now, someone that says a little bit of both isn't what I would say. Training, transformation, certification, like a sales boot camp. So what we want to do is kind of set it up where there's two options. If you're serious about leveling up, that's a certified closer. Mentorship designed to help you get certified, create a real career path, no fluff, build for people ready to transform. Want me to drop them here too. That's pretty good. This is a really good one. So our goal here is just to answer questions, and that's why I built the Discord. I don't have to qualify leads. It's we're gonna reply with some of these quickly. Now I can save a saved reply. You have the links. Can you make this a saved reply for me? So I can run the DMs. Now this would probably be, you can join the Discord or you can book a strategy call, right? So I'll just send this. And if you look here, this is going to be our Discord. It's the invite link. This is what it looks like right here. And here it is. There's a couple people in it right now. But this is what we're building, a closer chat. Some of these are that. So this is the Discord. So mine's already there. Let's double check. I already joined, so if this link's working properly, you see that? So it says close the certification, invited you. So that response is gonna work. And that's that. So what we do is we're gonna take that reply, put it in here as a saved message. Oh, max length is 500 characters. Okay. Here's the two best moves. Free call. We call it a discovery call. And instead of let me know, I would say, so we take that. And then here's another guy. So we can put some of these in here. So the ads are doing well. So today's modifications, guys, we did there's a guy that says, "How can I get more information on this?" The middle of the ground, I don't think we need to send the links. The main question is to ask what what they're going for. Now I could just send the link. Or we can send something like this, right? So this is called a chatter. And this would be someone, this is like, if you guys know what OnlyFans is, there's a lot of people that are doing chatters. And so that's the point with a lot of this, is to drive additional conversation. And it's just, I'm not so good all the time with words. Someone messaged closer. What should we reply with? We want to make it more about them. So we'd say, this is a lot better. Respect for reaching out. Now I would probably do that a little bit. and taking action, right? So even just reaching out, like I like to reward that because like someone that's even thinking about this is really good, you know? And so the point here is we're starting to generate conversations right now and drive people towards we're testing the mid funnel. It looks like the top of funnel is working already, which is crazy within 2 days. Um, this person says, I'm ready to learn skills that pay. Now that sounds like somebody that is a little bit more serious about what they're doing. And we'll ask them both, right? Like if they want to hop on a call, I'm totally willing to do it. That's the whole point. Our goal with these ads is to book calls, but it's also to see who's a fit because you don't want to book unqualified calls for your salespeople. So if you're getting good messaging ads, at a good cost per message, then you're going to be able to generate a lot of, you see, I'm ready to pay. And this guy's in sales too. So some people have already been in sales or in door to door. See, hungry indirect. That's the right mindset. And then you're asking questions about them. One of the biggest sales psychologies is a mirror. We're just a mirror. If you put makeup on in the mirror and you're a girl, or if you're a guy and you're lifting weights in the mirror, you can see your form. So we are a mirror. We're here to talk, answer questions, and point in the right directions. You know? And a lot of these guys may not have had mentors. I never had a sales mentor. I had to do this stuff on my own, you know? So let's see here. One guy says, one guy, if he had to start with money down, I would say for the certification in 3 months there is. For the Discord, there's no investment. He can join and get free resources while he thinks about it. But if he does want to make an investment, you know, and he has a few thousand set aside, or if he wants to look at financing, we can help out. But there is an investment to the certification and training, but not for the Discord, where we just give free tips and tricks, but he can always get qualified. Could you help me reply to him? Remember, his question was, do I need to start with money down? So people that ask about money are interested in what you're offering, typically. And this is good. What AI forgets is that are you just exploring or are you ready to get started? So that's the point here. It's to, for the full certification mentorship, there's investment. If you got a few thousand set away, we can help. And that's still, we can help isn't an action. People want to take action. So I wouldn't say that that still is the best copy. I'll take that and put it in here. Let's see here. So it says, if you got a few thousand, we can help the course. We can explore on a 45-min discovery call. And so we sent that. Now someone replied with, I think split the branch tree a little more. So what we want to say is, are you looking to build your skills? Like, I think like side money and like learn about high ticket remote sales, or invest in yourself and make a, investment in a transformation, right? Invest in my transformation by learning a skill. I think that's how we would paint that. That would be more for the discovery call. Let's make it more about that. So this mid funnel and the words that you use are really important. Um, um, give a compliment for taking action and DMing. I'm a very positive person. This is really good. Exactly. That's what I would want to hear, which is like, people really just want encouragement. I was never encouraged. I was to go to college, but never to like learn a skill set. Education is a skill set, right? So, let's check this out. Another person DM'd closer. Oops. I can't believe we got our ads below. But you guys can kind of see the framework here. A lot of these are you can literally talk to prospects without even reaching out to them. And yeah, there you go. Someone said, "What's your Discord?" Now I can use my saved replies. And then I say, let me know if you join, I'll get the request. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 messages. Let's double check to see if I've talked to all of our prospects. Now that took 5 minutes. You saw us reply to messaging conversation started. It says, I just don't see that many. I see 8. Okay. But it looks like a lot of the new ones are coming from the new ad. I can look at the other ad too. But I think you guys kind of get it, right? So either way, the point here is that this is kind of what we're working on, right? So now the last thing that I'll do is I'll probably take screenshots of the people that we're working with, especially the new ones. Let's check this out. Cool. So traditionally, we're looking at our cost per book call is really our metric that we're following. We haven't spent that much, maybe $40, but we also don't want to take unqualified calls, which is kind of the point. So we're going to take the profiles of the people that we know are replying to our ads. And we're going to say, what do you notice about these guys? Here's the 6 profiles that replied to the ad so far. This is for the Florida ad. Could you let me know what your overall thoughts are from reading the profiles? Again, we don't need the information, just in general, what we know about people that are identifying and replying to the ad. And also, can you talk a little bit about the cost per message? It seems, can you rank it how the ad's doing 1 to 10? I just scaled it up and got rid of the other one. I scaled it up to $20 a day. So this is meant to be all internal notes, extremely exhaustive about how our ad set is performing within 12 hours to 24 hours of going live. So this will be pretty good like that. Okay, and then a lot of the times I'll say, what would a top 1% marketer say? Keep budget, come back in 24 hours. Yeah, you see that? That's what I agree with. So the ads are doing well. If we see a problem, I do like to say, okay, if we see a problem, what should we do? And let's add this in here. I like to just report back to these, right? Because a lot of the times, like you're making small tweaks every day and doing better. And I would say, especially if Discord rates are higher, split testing in different states is better, right? It gives you a faster detect hotbeds of intent and culture. Do they resonate with the brand? Different cities. What I'm saying is if I'm identifying the right prospect, but they don't have the commitment levels or the experience, then split testing different states or locations would be the way to do it. Is that right? I think it's going to be differently geographically. My messaging might be the right messaging, but it doesn't mean someone can afford it. That's what we're saying. So we kind of have to start testing it, right? So what should we test in each state? Maybe 200? So that's kind of I always like to think ahead and say, what are my next steps, which is we're going to try to start seeing, my goal isn't to build a Discord. My goal is to help people change their lives through sales transformations, right? So even though I have that as an option for unqualified leads, which is a great prospect, I still need to focus on this, which is I'm trying to get my cost per booked call under 200 and probably even like more like 150. So we're testing this out. People are definitely interested though that are reaching out. We have a really good first return. So that's everything for today. If you guys have enjoyed the Discord, this is where it happens. Let's see here. Yep, that's good. Thanks for watching, guys.